This is an update on the desk that we've been working on. I took some stripper to it over the weekend. I didn't have my kids do that. That stuff's pretty dangerous. So I stripped down a lot of the old varnish and stain as best I could. I used a product got at Home Depot. I don't really recommend it. I don't really like the results that came out. Clean strip. I think there's a citrus product out there that everybody seems to like better. Also, after I stripped it, I used a product called Clean Strip After Wash, which is supposed to get the residue off there. It seemed to do an okay job, but you know, once again, when using these chemicals, it's kind of like a plus and minus. I'm going to try that citrus product, simply because it seemed to do a better job. The product I did use just didn't seem to work very well. Looking over the whole thing, there's some nicks and scratches, of course. I was going to go back and try to stain it. It's an oak wood, and stain it to like a light oak look, but my wife suggested that we paint it white and maybe do an antique white look on it, make it a little bit different. It might come out really nice. It has kind of like a French provincial look of a desk, mixed in with this mid-century modern design, Danish looking bookcase thing built into it. So I started sanding it last night, and then today. That came out pretty quick, actually. It took out a lot of the nicks, took off some of the old stain that was still on there. I'm not really worried about getting all the stain off of it since we've decided to paint it, and fix the cracks. This part here was a masonry thing that was missing, and you know, Saturday I went to go to Home Depot to get a piece of masonry. On the way I stopped at a garage sale, and at this guy's garage sale, behind a bunch of junk, he had like 3 pieces of masonry, and I asked him how much you want for that, and he said, "Oh, I'll just take it." So I got like 10 square feet of masonry board I could use on this, plus the next project if I have to do masonry board. So that was a good deal. So right now I got $25 into it, plus another probably $25, $30 in sandpaper, plus that stripping agent, and I imagine I'll put another $30 in paint. I would guess it would take, you know, primer, maybe half a quart, and then probably 2 or 3 coats of white paint. I'm not sure which way to do it. I've never antiqued anything, so I'm going to have to read up on that and go YouTube and look at the various blogs. There's a lot of women out there that are really into this, and they really are good at what they do. They go out and find an old piece of furniture like this and either strip it down, or they do that, you know, there's a different way you can use paint now. It's called chalk paint, and it really does look nice if you're good at it, and there's a little bit of leeway with chalk paint. But what I don't like about chalk paint is it's very expensive, so I'm still not sure if I want to spend, it's like $35, $40 for, I think, a half a gallon of that stuff, and then you got a bigger investment in this than I really wanted. I wanted to keep it right at less than $100, and either keep it, give it to my son, or hopefully we can sell it. If I could get over $200 for this, that way I could give the money to my kids and they could put it in their bank account, that would be a good deal. But you know, after I stripped it, it actually does have a nice look to it. Still some nicks and gouges into it. One of the advantages of doing an antique look, I think, would be you don't really care so much about the nicks and gouges. You know, it's part of the patina. But I'm gonna try to do a little trick today with an iron and see if we can steam out some of these gouges, just to show my kids how they can do that on their next piece of furniture. And my kids enjoy doing it. They're going to come out here in a little while, and they just got home from school, and do some sanding and do a little, show them how to use a sander real quick. But most of the sanding we're going to do now is hand sanding. All the drawers actually are in pretty good shape. You know, there's really nothing banged up on these drawers, so they all function well and slide pretty easily. The one part on the desk that was damaged, I got the masonry in there, and then I just patched this. So I'm going to put a dowel up through here just to ensure that it's nice and safe and snug. And the masonry piece, that actually took us about an hour to fit it in there. I didn't glue it, so the next guy, in case he wants to take the masonry out and maybe put something else in here, that will be his call. But overall, for $25, it seems to be coming out pretty good. Okay, that's it.